From Crypto Fam to No One Daily, Bitcoin Pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we're currently correcting and in the red. We'll also be discussing Whale closes 516 million 40x Bitcoin short, pocketing 9.4 million profit in just 8 days. Also, Elon says he found the magic money computers printing money out of thin air. And Max says the problem is when you turn these off, the economy dives into an insta recession. 98% of the GDP in the United States is fake. We'll also be discussing Michael Saylor's strategy, plans to offer 5 million shares to buy more Bitcoin. Also, Zappo Bank launches Bitcoin-backed USD loans targeting hodlers. That's right, Bitcoin-backed loans to borrow some USD. Also, breaking news, quoting Max Keiser, if the United States buys 1 to 5 million Bitcoin, they've removed Russia's ability to de-dollarize the world and keep inflation as high as they want it, being the world's #1 commodity producer. I'll be breaking down this latest prediction from the high priest. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. Welcome everyone to the live stream. What it do? Make some noise. Another early stream here today. I'm rocking the red because we're in the red. A little correction. Do you think the local bottom of 77, 76 will hold, or do you think we're likely to revisit and potentially test lower? Let me know your thoughts, and shout out everyone out there. Harry Balls, DNA Noonan, our very own Oracle, One Glenn Co, Cosmocom. The biddy is looking beautiful today. You damn right. Shout out Bring Facts. I kind of made it more than an hour before getting into the X jail. I'm still a free man, but they did track an extra hour for no reason. She's Louise. Oracle's doing all right. Good to have you here. Again, welcome everyone to the stream. It's a tri-stream. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube, and I will be streaming over the course of the next couple of hours. If you guys can comment or quote the stream over on X, it's greatly appreciated. Again, today I'm rocking the red shirt with the black hat, so it should be easy to distinguish today's live stream. It's already pinned at the very top of the profile. All comments and quotes of the stream will get reposted and shouted out in real time, and I'll be checking the comments the entire stream. Just print 85 billion fiat and buy 5 million of the biddy. That's right, man. Let's make it happen, Captain. That's roughly 25% of the Bitcoin circulating supply. Shout out to the Dusty Hunt, the sexy peeps, the biddy baddies. Where you at? Shout out Bitalica. What it do, broski? And again, welcome everyone joining us. I'm going to go ahead and repost everyone. Let's get it.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome everyone to the live stream. What it do? This is live and interactive. If you don't know, now you know. I'm here each and every day. We typically stream for a couple of hours all throughout the week. It's going to be an early stream like this where we start 1 p.m. Friday, we'll move it back to 4 p.m. for the new week. Just heads up, make sure you guys have notifications turned on YouTube. And also very important, make sure you're following us on Rumble, X, and YouTube, because hypothetical, every year, YouTube terminates us for no good reason. And if you guys aren't following us on these other communities, if that happens again, there won't be any way for you to get the news. Also, we syndicate the show each and every day on every major podcasting platform. That includes Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play, you name it. Just make sure you're subscribed and following us on all the communities you can, just in case shit happens. Also, the obvious, YouTube is not a free speech platform, hence why I encourage you guys to make sure you're following us on Rumble, as we do exclusive uncensored versions of the pod on Rumble, and we're also uncensored on X. You feel me? Hit the likes. Thank you so much. Yeah, yo, you looking mad clean today. Clean, eh? I guess it must be the red shirt, because I sure as hell did not clean up my face with any shaving. Who is very disappointed with the price, but happy because the biddy has won a lot of the new battles. I mean, I think we're all happy. I mean, the silver lining is you get to stack sats at a discount versus less than 1,000 sats per dollar. Today, you probably get over 1,200 per dollar. So take advantage of it. Always a silver lining. And it is fantastic considering United States is going, full all in on Bitcoin as far as the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, Trump, and their entire crypto cabinet embracing the preload biddy. So that's all looking up. Shout out Rudy LaCoin. Red crypto conversation happening with crypto news. Russia versus the USA. Better than Rocky number. I'm bad with the Roman numerals. I don't know if that's a 4 or 6, but there's so many Rockies out there. I'm going to assume it's a 4. Well, thank you there, Rudy. Appreciate you, brother. And your name reminds me of a classic movie they made about Notre Dame. Remember the football movie, Rudy Rudiger. He was like the underdog playing football. I remember that I remember that movie as a kid. It was very inspiring. Shout out JC Ice. I appreciate it. Shout out Bring Facts. Make sure you guys are following all of our moderators on X, JC Ice, and OG Bring Facts. We greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the daily support. Shout out Chris. He put best Bitcoin show is live. Appreciate it. And Trevor Faye, Glenn Cooper, Immortal, and the rest of the fam. Much appreciated. But anyways, without further ado, if you're new to the channel, important to smash the likes, go ahead, subscribe, then ring the bell. Turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, just like this. Today is pod 1937. I'm your fearless host, JV, and today is March 18th, 2025. Preload biddy back in a red, maintaining just above 81,600 at the time of the live stream. And let's check out Coin360 for our market watch. Bitcoin down 2% on the day. Ether down almost 2% on the day, trading under 1,900. Solana, XRP, Cardano all correcting and in the red. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com. The current crypto market cap sitting at 2.68 trillion. The Bitcoin market cap 1.618 trillion. We have roughly 72 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. And the Bitcoin dominance today is coming in at 60.6% and Ether dominance at 8.5%. Checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. Pancake Swap leading the pack up 5.5%, followed by Toncoin up 4.2%. Happy 420 broskies. And Dexy up 3.4%. Very modest gains overall as the majority of the market is correcting and in the red. And checking out the crypto bubbles. We get a visual perspective on the day. Safe to say 90% of the market in the red. And zoom it out on the month for a broader perspective. 95% of the market wreck city, 30, 40, 50% losses across the board. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. Today we're 34 fear. Yesterday 32. Last week at 24 in extreme fear, and last month of 54 neutral. And checking out the time chain calendar, we have 161,658 blocks until the next halving in 2028. Currently on block number 888,342. And today you can exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 1,224 sats to pick up the sats, put down the gats, pick up some Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at BitcoinCaps.net. And if you don't know, now you know. Preload biddy going up forever, Laura. I heard Howard Lutnick ranting about the problem of our deficit will be for generations to come. I hope they can do something about it. Right on, Diana. Shout out Howard Lutnick, who is very disappointed. Yeah, the true OGs were not disappointed at all. The generation to come is already hands-on change. Shout out Rock. I appreciate it, brother. And again, keep the comments flowing. I'm going to pop open this ginger drink and check the comments, and we'll continue with our astrology for the broskies.
Oh, bring me up, bitty glow. Prize discovery, yeah, let it show. Bang, 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 like a B-52, we built a bitty.
Stacked revolutionary love shack, boo. I'm stacking sats like it's Max and Stacy. Stacking sats cause tax is crazy. I'm stacking sats cause the IMF hates me. Stacking sats cause the haters don't faze me.
It's official, Harry Balls. I'm following you back. I see you finally got a profile photo. That's what's up. Now we can finally recognize Harry Balls. I just hit you with a repost. Thank you.
No Diddy, no Jay-Z. Stacking the biddy like it's Nipsey.
And of course, shout out Samson Mao and Aqua Wallet. I appreciate all the support and reposting my content. Thank you.
and JV, stacking the biddy like it's paper and shandy, stacking BTC like caffeine in my canteen. Life is a game of chess that makes biddies the damn queen. Stacking BTC till they cancel me and I can't stream like Biggie. It was all a dream. Now the biddy has set me free.
Going, let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Auto house strong, yeah.
And pro tip, if you guys can repost each other's reposts with the comments and the quotes, that will help hack the algorithm and we could orange pill more of the masses. So for example, you see Bring Facts repost a stream with a quote, go ahead and repost Bring Facts. Make sure you're following him. Same thing for JCI's, Chris and the rest of the fam. Let's blow this mofo up.
We built it this way, no one to hold 'em. Yeah, we're holding, never folding.
I've always been a rapper, honky cracker, but now I'm a pastor.
Shout out all my honky crackers. Where you at?
Bitcoin stacker. Now I'm a master of the Bitcoin standard. Hit 'em up faster than the Bitcoin panda. You can't touch me with your shitcoin flow.
Like do you even Bitcoin, bruh? Let me know. Welcome to the Bitcoin show. Now listen up closely, low-key, stacking BTC like Satoshis in El Salvador with my Bitcoin broskies. Let's go. Welcome everyone. Moon Wallet, I hope it stays down so I can buy more on the low. It will not always be like this. Well said. There'll be a time Bitcoin's above 1 million. You're like, remember when it was only 81,000? We thought that was high. Yeah. Every cycle, we have similar conversations. I was disappointed when it was at all-time high. I quit buying during that time. Now I'm happy again. I hope it stays down. It's objectively not possible for the US to buy 5 million coins. There's not 5 million coins. What if it was a long-term strategy? Obviously, it wouldn't be an overnight acquisition. Let's just hypothetically say their plan is to acquire 5 million Bitcoin over the course of 5 years, which is what, 1 million Bitcoin acquisition per year. I know it's possible. I mean, Saylor's making 250,000 Bitcoin purchases. You know, he's raising 21 billion right now. I'm just thinking out loud. Or what if it was even a longer term plan, like a 10-year long-term buying acquisition plan? We're going to be entertaining all of this as it's our featured story. But talking about Biddy, while he was moving stuff, I showed him how to buy on the Cash App, and he bought his first sats. I love it. New Bitcoiners. Welcome, welcome. Versi, I am so glad that I'm able to watch this live stream. JV and the Bitcoin only crew are rocking the Bitcoin news. Thank you so much, Versi. I appreciate your support. I just hit you with a repost. Shout out Boris as well and the rest of the fam. It's apparently Taco Tuesday today. Biddy Taco Tuesday, that is. But let's continue with the news. Keep the comments flowing. This is live and interactive, family. I appreciate y'all. Next story is our technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies. And of course, we'll be pulling up some of the live charts as Bitcoin stalls under 85,000. Here are the key Bitcoin price levels to watch ahead of the FOMC, which is coming around the corner. Bitcoin price failed another attempt at breaking above 85 resistance today. Since March 12, Bitcoin price formed daily candle highs between 84 and 85, but has been unable to close above 84.6. Here's the 1 hour chart. I'll be pulling up the live charts here shortly. Bitcoin remains in no man's land on the lower time frame of the 1 hour chart. This term in trading markets is defined as a price range where the movements are characterized by uncertainty, significant risk, and dynamic tension due to the external events and conflicting market sentiment. With the FOMC meeting set to take place on the 18th through the 19th. I didn't realize it's a 2-day ordeal. That means it starts today and ends tomorrow. Markets can see a volatile price swing towards the Biddy price level over the next couple of days. So expect more, volatility. The critical announcement on the interest rate will be made on March 19th at 2 p.m., which ultimately means tomorrow around this time. And according to the FedWatch tool, there's a 99% chance the current interest rates will remain between 4.25% and 4.5%, leaving just a 1% probability of a 0.25% rate cut. But what if everyone has it wrong? And we're all anticipating them not doing nothing and they cut the rates. Well, if they cut the rates, it's bullish for Bitcoin. If they don't cut it, in which everyone's factoring in, then most likely we may continue to trade sideways. Who knows? So anyways, the market is focused on Jay Powell, the U.S. Fed chair's speech during this FOMC meeting. With respect to the recent data, Jay Powell's stance is likely to be hawkish, with the assessment based on the following points, including the CPI remaining at 2.8% and unemployment data remaining low at 4.1%. And we all know these numbers are fudged to begin with, but I mean, it's political theater, in my opinion. Poly Market right now says there's a 100% chance that the U.S. Fed will conclude quantitative tightening by April 30. 100% chance, wow, which could boost the odds of a rate cut as early as this summer. And the key price levels to watch is Bitcoin must flip the 85 resistance into support, and then we can target back above 90,000. As you know, the current all-time high is 109.3, which was achieved a couple of months back on Inauguration Day, January 20th. So that's current price discovery. So for this to happen and reclaim 90, we must first regain the position above the 200-day exponential moving average, which you can see here on the chart in the orange on the one-day chart. And as you know, the Bitcoin price dropped below the 200-day exponential moving average on March 9th for the first time since August of 2024. And one positive catalyst for the bulls could be the renewed demand from the spot Bitcoin ETFs. On March 17th yesterday, the ETFs registered 274 million in inflows after the largest outflow streak we have witnessed. The bears, meanwhile, will attempt to keep 85 resistance in place, increasing the likelihood of new lows under 78. The immediate target below the previous range lows lie at 74. An example, the previous all-time high from early 2024, and below that 69 was the previous cycle all-time high achieved back in November of 2021. But there you have it, yo. And I promised to pull up some of the live charts, so let's do that. And again, welcome everyone joining us. Already over 500 people on the stream. Comments and quotes will get reposted, so you know what to do. But pulling up some of these charts, as you can see on your screen right here, this is via Coinbase, via TradingView. This is the monthly, so let's zoom it all the way into the 1 hour and work our way back. On the 1 hour chart, as you can see, we do have a green bull target, an inverted head and shoulders sitting at 94.2, and then of course there's a few bear targets with one sitting at 79.4. And zooming out from the 1 hour, taking a look here at the 4 hour chart, live chart action, Jackson rising wedge, two bull targets, one in the orange, in the green, 113.702, which would take us back to price discovery, and then we have one just shy of price discovery at 107.785. And again, that's on the 4 hour chart. And we also have a bear target sitting all the way down at 75.994, roughly 6,000 drop from the current price action you can see on your screen. And zooming out on the daily chart has a few targets as well, with an overall rising wedge formation, red target at 115, which is a falling wedge, and we have one just under that at 113.7. And then of course there's a couple of bear targets as well, one at 68.699, and then a super bear target all the way down at 49,000. And zooming out from the daily, we take a look at the weekly, and the weekly chart, as you can see, the previous week was pretty bad. Itty bitty green just formed a close on Sunday, and we have all the way until this coming Sunday until we see which way we go. Hopefully we can get some form of recovery. If we continue trading bearish or sideways, I think April is going to be extremely bullish, because that means two consecutive red corrective monthly candle closes. Maybe we'll be followed by a mega green, kind of like we've seen in November, which was the most prolific Bitcoin candle close on the monthly chart we have ever seen. And speaking of the monthly chart, as you can see here, the big, most recent green candle that we have ever experienced. But you guys let me know your thoughts. And again, I'll read your comments out loud. And again, welcome everyone just joining us on today's live stream. VZ, good to see you, brother. Raspberry Pi, so I am right. Are you referring to some nodes? Time to use my Nostradamus powers. Let's go. Careful. There's generally huge fake outs during the announcement. VZs, they're not going to cut the interest rates till next month or the month after. It doesn't matter in my book. I'm still buying. What if they do the complete opposite? It would make the whole market explode. Exactly. Expect the unexpected. We think alike there. They say 1% probability. Who knows? Maybe we go that way. There's no telling. Either way, it's a catch-22 market maker. We know that the interest rates are having major pressure put on them by the Trumpster. Go Trump, make J Powell lick your feet. Okay, now, I just can't wait till this political theater is officially over. Just so you guys know, if you haven't already, heard there's a guy waiting till tomorrow with a 40x leverage to short the biddy if it doesn't break 85. Speaking of that massive leverage play, that's our next story of the day. So that's a good segue. Hang tight. It's a double-edged sword. Lower rates means more liquidity, means the biddy price appreciation, but also the higher prices for the regular goods and services, show.
Up the biddy like Gohan, living in a huddle house, we're not the pawns.
Doing, let's biddy up, hey, bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. golden.
Bitcoin's dripping like a new Scottie Pippen 80 G's. We're royalty, bitty kings and queens, manifesting the kingdom that's finally come, playing chess moves. Checkmate, we won.
We're raising the roof in El Salvador. Freedom flows, IMF can't hold us no more.
Stacking BTC like Tate versus the BBC. Stacking the biddy like BTC OGs. Stacking BTC on Lightning with no fees. Stacking BTC like Snoop Dogg rolls weed.
Oh yeah, earlier I did this post. Shout out British Hodl. He just commented on it here. But yay or nay? So I went to the Benz dealership to service my whip this morning, and I found a very interesting AMG G-Wagon, and it had the big B symbol. I'm like, there's no way. And then inside has, you know, the Bitcoin orange all leather interior. There's a big B on the steering wheel. Now, it's not a Bitcoin car, but it's like that specific special model is called like BitSmart or Bit something. And it's just ironic they used orange and then the big B logos. Almost looks reminiscent of Bitcoin, but it doesn't have like the $ lines like in the Bitcoin logo. But I posted this earlier, yay or nay? And I'm curious, how much do you think the sticker price is on this? And just FYI, it's pre-owned, but still like in brand new condition. And it's a 2024. So a 2024 pre-owned. Looks like a Bitcoin edition G-Wagon. How much do you think that costs sticker price? Let me know, and I'll see if anyone can guess it. Don't look it up. Don't Google it. Then you'll probably find the answer too easily. But I'm curious if you guys have any idea. It blew my mind, though, when I was in it. I'm like, wow, this is the ultimate Bitcoiner car. You know what I mean? But I think the price is going to blow your mind. The Oracle says, do it. How much do you think that costs? Let me know. And I'm going to continue reposting everybody here. Russell Dean put is definitely ugly enough. It fits you perfectly. Well, if that's ugly, shit. Is that really that ugly? I think it's beautiful. But I get the joke. Shout out Dragons Den. Shout out Diana. No. Off topic baseball days. Not your keys, not your coins. That's right, Versi. I like that. Cool little meme there. I'm going to repost that. But yeah, I'm anxious if anyone can guess the price on that one. Shout out James. Come watch the best crypto show. Thank you, broski. Appreciate all the love. Bringing it. Shout out DBM Academy. Just hit you with a repost. All right, let's check the comments. Oh my God, Joe, way off. 81,500. If that was a guess regarding the whip, way off. VZ, it's more than that. It's more than $500,000. So yeah, way more than 225,000. Let's see if anyone guesses it. And again, this is a pre-owned one, so a brand new one. I could only imagine. No, way more than 105,000. I just said more than $500,000 as a hint. That's more than $500,000. That car costs more than a Bugatti that I just shared with you. Let's see if anyone can guess it. Way more than 350. Okay, you're in the ballpark, Harry Balls. I think Harry Balls is pretty accurate because the sticker price is it's pretty close. $730, $750. Okay, sticker price was $599. And taxes here in Puerto Rico are 10.5%. So virtually 600,000 plus another 65,000 in taxes. So let's just round up and call it 700,000. So that's a $700,000 whip. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know there's different levels of Bugattis, but I think some Bugattis are only $500,000. So theoretically, that Bitcoin G-Wagon is more expensive than like a Bugatti. I know some Bugattis are millions, so don't get me wrong. And I bet you that brand new is going to be even way more, right? But yeah, like a typical G-Wagon, because I was looking at them just to like price them out, they're like 250 to 300,000, like a brand new. Not even brand new. I'm sorry, pre-owned. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So, for example, these bad boys are like 250, 300, and they're like 2022s, 2021s. Those aren't even new, and they're like $250,000. This is another one. It was over like 250-ish. Beautiful cars, though. That's a regular, inside interior when it's not Bitcoin orange. But yeah, the Bitcoin orange is like just next level shit. But anyways, I found that fascinating. I didn't know the G-Wagons cost that much, but it's a very special edition, very limited edition. Not as rare as the Bitcoin, though. I'd say the Bitcoin. JV, show me the 500,000 Bugatti. I would sell some biddies. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe you can't get the cheapest Bugatti for 500,000. I don't know. I was just speculating there. Holy shit, I would never spend that on a car. So yeah, so that car is almost as much as my house when I bought it 3 years ago. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, it's very nice though. It's total next level. 6 million plus 65 in tax, correct. Wait, 6 million? 6 million? Not 6 million. The 600,000 plus 65,000 in tax. Imagine driving around in a house and then in 2016 being the value of the car's total. Exactly. So at today's prices, that would cost roughly maybe 7 Bitcoin, and probably another cycle, that same car will cost 1 Bitcoin, potentially. So it's kind of crazy. The car that I saw looks like it comes off the movie The Avatar. The car ran underwater. The car looks like it's a living creature. Exactly. But anyways, let's continue where I left off. Broskies, we did the TA, right? Let's go to our next story of the day and discuss this leveraged play. Headline here reads, Whale closes 516 million 40x Bitcoin short, pockets 9.4 million profit in just 8 days. The Bitcoin whale closed over $500 million in short positions, betting on the bitty price decline ahead of the much anticipated FOMC meeting. Again, tomorrow around this time, Jay Powell will make the big announcement. A large crypto investor we refer to as a whale made nearly 10 million profit after closing the 40x leverage short position for 6,200 Bitcoin, worth over 516 million, which functions as a de facto bet on the Bitcoin price fall. So they ultimately bet on shorting Bitcoin, meaning the price would go down, and he profited. Leveraged positions use borrowed money to increase the size of an investment, which can boost the size of both gains and losses, making leverage trading riskier compared to regular investment positions. Be very careful if you're ever trading with leverage. The savvy whale closed all his short positions within a few hours, making almost 10 million profit from the bitty decline. The whale opened the initial 368 million position at 84,000 and faced liquidation if Bitcoin price surpassed 85. So that's like a 1,500 margin to get liquidated, which is mind-boggling. Hence, this was most likely an insider. The whale managed to turn a profit despite having to add 5 million to his short after a publicly formed team of traders started to hunt his short positions liquidation. That's the downside of publicizing your trades. People can work against you in the market to get you liquidated, which does occur, which ultimately failed though, according to this, hence why he had to add more to the position. After closing his Bitcoin shorts, the whale started accumulating ether with his profits, acquiring over 3,200 ether worth 6 million. And the profit taking comes a day ahead of the FOMC, which we know is taking place tomorrow. Inflation-related concerns are starting to ease following the release of February's CPI, which revealed a lower than expected 2.8% year-on-year increase compared to the expected 2.9%. Easing inflation-related concerns may be a positive sign for the upcoming FOMC meeting. According to this individual CEO over at XWin Research, he says, this suggests inflationary pressures are gradually easing, which could influence the Federal Reserve's monetary policy decisions. Quoting them also here, Bitcoin short-term price action will depend upon whether it can hold the 81 support level. You guys let me know if you think we're likely to hold, as we're dropping, obviously, at the time of this live stream right now. And with that being shared, fam, just let me know your thoughts before we head into our next story of the day and discuss the magic money computers that print the fiat out of thin air. 700,000 is 8.25 bitty. Thank you, Betallica. It's hydrogen powered and it shoots out water vapor out the back. Maybe the car can mine Bitcoin as you're driving. The car I'm talking about, you guys haven't even seen it. The car looks like it turns into different animals when it's running. I'm going to have to find the name of the car for you guys to see it. I like my Chevy 2500 HD and my Elantra. Chevy is a hardworking gal. Hyundai gets me to place at 45 miles per hour. Win-win Jeep. I like my 2001 Toyota Tacoma push-button four-wheel drive, all black on black on black on canopy. Then I got left the GMC Denali. It's only like 60,000. Excuse me. Good evening, everybody. Shit out, Ricky. My truck is Betty. My car is the former. Oh boy, it's a rental. Hilarious. But yeah, man. Welcome everyone joining us. I'm going to check the X feed again and repost everybody that I can. Don't forget to comment, quote the stream. I appreciate it, as it does help out tremendously with the algorithm here. Let's go. Yeah, someone finally asked how much. I didn't post it in the thread yet, but again, the sticker price on this pre-owned 2024 G-Wagon Special Bitcoin Edition Benzo is 600,000 plus taxes, and that's pre-owned. So with taxes, close to 700,000 out the door. And I looked up on like a lease calculator just for the hell of it. How much would a payment be on a, let's just hypothetically say you wanted to lease that $600,000 car? That's going to be about $12,000 a month to make the payment if you didn't buy it outright for 8.25 Bitcoin, right? So, and it breaks down like how much you end up paying in interest and like all that stuff. But it's like, what the? That's pretty wild. I bet you not many of you are paying over $11,000 a month for your mortgage. Correct me if I'm wrong. Good morning. Shout out Overkill. The best car name is it Bessie or BC? Just give it a 1970 Chevy pickup. I don't need the new and flashy. My car only cost me 5 G's. You don't have a name. Nameless. I remember there was a Jet Li movie. I think it was called Fearless. And in the film, his name was Nameless. And I thought that was so cool. I'm like, yeah, Nameless. Fantastic name. Insurance is only $4,000 a month. Bitcoin will probably stay down until JP stops fighting Trump and lowers the rates. Well, we'll soon see there.
Stacking BTC like Scarface with a nosebleed. Stacking BTC like Shinobi, nobody knows me. Stacking BTC like everyone owes me. Stacking BTC like Max and John McAfee. Stacking BTC, accumulating stats so rapidly, so happily. Stacking BTC so casually, no casualties of galaxies around Earth fallacies. Stacking BTC on a flat Earth with no gravity. Stacking BTC cause Bitcoin is your majesty. Dong, let's bid it up, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it.
Yeah, someone asked me the other day about the Cybertruck. We do have the Tesla dealerships here at the Plaza Las Americas, one of the largest malls in the world. Happens to be here in Puerto Rico. It's, I think the largest in the Americas, or the second largest out of all of North America, Central America, and South America. And they have a beautiful Tesla dealership, and you could, test them and drive them and stuff. But long story short, I'm not a big fan of the Cybertruck. I think it's beautiful inside because it's very modern, but on the outside, it looks like a Roblox car, like in the video game your children play. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever purchase the Cybertruck personally, but that's just me. Shout out Grant. Welcome to the stream. And again, anyone joining us. Harry Balls, I appreciate the repost on that one, brother. Always great, informative show. Thank you, Cosmic Force. I appreciate that as well. And we're going to continue with the news here and continue with the headlines. Thank you for all the reposts as well. You guys are too kind. Much appreciated. All right, next story of the day. We'll discuss this magical money. Remember at one point they used to call Bitcoin magical internet money. People were like, JV, you're going to trade your fiat dollars for the magical internet money? Back in 2017 when Bitcoin was $1,500? Yes, please. But anyways, the headline here reads, Musk says he found the magic money printer, computers printing the money out of thin air in a recent interview. That's right. U.S. government cost-cutting czar Elon claims to have found at least 14 magic money computers in the federal government with the ability to send money from nothing. Interesting. Musk said the computers, which exist in several federal departments, including the Treasury, Defense and Health, and Human Service departments, can essentially issue payments and send money from nothing. Quoting him here, you may think the government computers all talk to each other. They're synchronized. They add up what the funds are going in where, and it's coherent, and that the numbers you're presented as a senator are the real numbers. Apparently not. So Ted Cruz was actually sharing this. This was an interview with Ted Cruz and Elon So it was pretty cool. But anyways, they're not totally wrong, but they are probably off by 5 or 10% in some cases. So I call it magic money computer. Any computer that can make money out of thin air, that's magic money. Now, Jameson Lopp, Chief Security Officer over at Casa, said in the comment, Bitcoin fixes this. That's right. Hold everyone accountable. It's transparent. Bitcoin advocates have long touted the crypto's ability to hedge against currency valuation, as Bitcoin supply is capped at 21 million coins, while fiat supply is like the Ethereum max supply. They can print it forever, Laura. And that's the problem. Pretty low money printer go. Brrr. But Musk says in his latest Doge efforts that also uncovered that U.S. government departments have more media software subscriptions and credit cards than they do people working there. In some cases, up to double. However, he thinks 80% of the cases are waste and incompetence rather than a malicious scheme, because in some instances, companies are being sent money by mistake. Then nobody from the government is asking for the money back. It's all corrupt, right? Everything is fraud. They get a percentage of the fraud. This is the business model, quoting Max Keiser. Now, quoting Elon, we saw a lot of the payments going out of the treasury that had no payment code and no explanation for the payment. And then we're trying to figure out what the payment is. Then we see that, okay, the contract was supposed to be shut off, but someone forgot to shut off the contract. And so the company kept getting money. Now, is that a waste or fraud? It's both. Wasteful fraud, I dare say. Elon's other business ventures have suffered due to his Doge work. Tesla facilities around the U.S. have been vandalized as part of the broader, I don't understand this. Everyone's like keying and destroying Teslas. I see a ton of viral videos of it, like people just walking by Teslas and damaging them. I guess this is their way of, if they hate them, I don't know, but it's kind of crazy. You're going to end up in prison for vandalizing cars, you idiots. So maybe think twice about that, but I digress. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser, the problem is when you turn these mofos off, the magical money printers, the economy dives into an insta recession. 98% of the GDP in the United States is fake. And there's the bombshell right there. And if you don't know, now you know, broskies. And next up, we'll be discussing the latest announcement from the Giga Chad with his purchases and raising money to buy more of the biddies. 12.2 BTC idea. This is how far the Congress have went for their duty to coin money for the USA. What up, Mr. Corvette? Hey, fam, get the Barbus BTC wagon. It's only 8.25 BTC. Is it just me, or is JV fading in and out? Try a refresh if that's happening to your brother. Maybe it'll fix it for you. I'd walk 500 miles before I bought one. Already walked over 500 this year. You're putting those miles on your bitty shoes, brother. Daddy O says people are stupid. Yes, I think the backlash directed at the Tesla is just spite and malice. Yeah, it's funny how people can let that control their actions. Like, imagine being so upset with something that you have to vandalize other people's property. It's like, how retarded are you? It just means people have no control over their emotions. And that's a problem with our society. Imagine being a grown man or just a grown adult in general and being so pissed off and heated, you can't refrain from damaging other people's property. And you think you're doing some sort of good in the world by damaging it. Not a good look. Sheeple doing as told. Yeah, pretty much. They're probably pushing the agenda on the news, I would assume. Probably pushing Elon as Hitler, and then people are like, yeah, we got to get back at Hitler. And yeah, we'll just key every customer who owns one of Hitler's cars. And maybe that's how they justify it. I don't know. They have some the most people doing that on the cameras from the cars themselves. Some of them already been caught. Yeah, I heard that do the cars have cameras that film people doing the van? Yeah, that's what I heard. I didn't know that. Muchos Parks and Trails, Puerto Rico. Yeah, that walk a lot of time. 500 miles. I'll be back before we get to 50 miles. Everybody hit the likes. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. I'm going to check the X feed again and we'll continue with the news. We've got over 700 people here on the live stream. Let's get it.
How strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em. Yeah, we're holding, never folding.
Bitcoin glow, stack it up, let it show. Price discovery, patience, game on, let's go. Biddy up, Roger out. We're changing the world, there's no doubt.
Bada boom, bada Bitcoin.
Stack it up, let it show. Ice discovery, patience, game on, let's go. 3D up, Roger out. We're changing the world, there's no doubt.
Cool. Everyone was reposted, so everyone should be good. Sailor is a Bitcoin maxi who is going to build 25 different altcoins worth $5 trillion. People say that MicroStrategy will be diluted. Missed the point. Why would I buy an altcoin that gives me hopes of outperforming Bitcoin when I have MicroStrategy? Interesting take on MicroStrategy. Maybe I'll read more into that a little later, but we are diving into Michael Saylor next, so it'll be a good segue. The cars have a security feature that allows you to monitor the outside of the car when parked. That's actually very clever. So I take it as like a motion detector, and then if it detects somebody, it's going to record it. So if someone vandalizes the car, you get caught red-handed. Clever. I understand why he is doing it, to buy more of the biddy, but doesn't sit well with me. Right on. Saylor is obsessed with buying Bitcoin without spending money. OPM. But where is the money for the new dividends coming from? I mean, these are all fantastic questions, really, to be quite honest with you. And we're going to dive deeper into all this. So keep the comments flowing, fam. Let's dive into the latest from the Giga Chad. Michael Saylor. Headline here reads, Michael Saylor strategy plans to offer 5 million shares to buy more of the biddy. That's right. Bitcoin investor strategy plans to offer 5 million shares of the company's Series A perpetual Strife preferred stock and use the proceeds to purchase more of the biddy. In the announcement, the company said it tends to use the proceeds for general purposes. This includes its working capital and acquisition of Bitcoin. However, the company said this is still subject to market as well as other conditions. And according to strategy, the stock will accumulate cumulative dividends at 10% annually. The company also noted stockholders would receive dividends on the stock quarterly starting June 30th of this year. Strategy said it could buy back all the stock for cash if the total number of shares left in the market drops below 25% of the issued amount. The announcement follows the company's smallest known Bitcoin purchase on March 17th, which was yesterday. The company announced it purchased 130 Bitcoin for just shy of 11 million cash at an average price of $82,981 per BTC. The most recent biddy buy is the company's smallest amount since its first Bitcoin investment back in August of 2020. Before the latest purchase, the least amount of Bitcoin that strategy bought was 169 Bitcoin purchase made back in August of last year. Strategy's smallest Bitcoin purchase comes amid sentiment that Bitcoin's bull cycle is over. I think not. I think the next leg up will be incoming soon, but you guys let me know your thoughts. Do you think the cycle is over as far as the peak being 109, which we achieved back on January 20th? Let me know. Now, since its first Bitcoin investment, the company and its subsidiaries have accumulated 499,226 BTC at an aggregate purchase price of $33.1 billion. The coins were bought at an average price of $66,360 per BTC, including fees and expenses. So if the company buys another 774 Bitcoin, which is 64 million worth, its total holdings will hit the epic 500,000 milestone, which is approximately, I believe that's 1% of the Bitcoin circulating supply. This would be, 2.38%. I'm way off there. The company remains the largest corporate Bitcoin holder in the world and is still up by over 8 billion on its Bitcoin investments, despite the recent market downturn, making Strategy's Bitcoin holdings currently worth $41.1 billion. And if you don't know, now you know. And I'm going to continue reading to you this interesting post regarding Saylor. So let me find that, being we're speaking of his company right now. So here's what Max wrote 50 minutes ago regarding MicroStrategy. Traders shorting Bitcoin and MicroStrategy use borrowed money, and that money is printed out of thin air, which in turn weakens fiat money, increasing Bitcoin's value proposition. Traders might make a quick buck shorting these, but ultimately all the shorts are guaranteed losses and help Bitcoin. So Max is ultimately pointing out how it's healthy and good for Bitcoin, and Max agrees 100% with what Luke Broyles wrote, which I was sharing. I'm going to read this. Actually, it's super long. I'm not going to read it all, but I'll just reference it. Go to Max's wall, and you can read the whole thing in regards to, this particular strategy, etc. And there's the Giga Chad for you with the horses, the 4 horsemen. But yeah, man, the IMF has forbid the U.S. from doing bit bonds, citing the destabilizing influence of Bitcoin on the U.S. economy. America. But anyways, family, I'm going to get back to the comments here. Yeah, please do smash the likes. If you guys don't like the stream over on X, we get penalized with the algorithm and they stop showing it to people. It's just how it works. If we can get like 200 likes within the first hour, we'll get a lot of love, but we need your help. So I'm calling out the 600 of you watching on X. Please visit the YouTube channel and support us there as well, because if you don't know, that's where the commenting is coming from. The commenting feed is coming from the YouTube channel, even though we're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube, and it's a tri-stream. When Michael Saylor's 500K party, I want to go. Now, that would be some funny-ish to do the hairless balls challenge. Hey, now, on that day Bitcoin breaks 100,000, I got the shampoo and the shaver. Oh, my God. I don't think any of the bitty baddies want to see this challenge. But anyways, Nippinator's doing his thing. Speaking of Nippinator is doing what he does best, nippinating. But next story of the day, that was the latest from the Giga Chad. Now let's discuss Zappo, Bitcoin-backed loans, anyone. Then we'll discuss the global hash war and what would happen if the United States were to purchase 1 to 5 million Bitcoin as per the proposal, and how this would affect the global hash wars, Russia, game theory, as per the high priest himself, Max Keiser, and then we'll do a little bit of live Q&A. But yeah, Zappo Bank launches Bitcoin-backed USD loans targeting hodlers. Spoiler alert, not available for those in the United States. I know. But anyways, Zappo Bank, the global crypto-friendly bank headquartered in Gibraltar, is betting on a crypto lending revival by launching Bitcoin-backed US dollar loans. Also, more recently, Coinbase launched a similar product, but I think you're very limited on how much you can borrow. With this one, clients can access up to $1 million loan, which ultimately would probably mean if you wanted to borrow $1 million, you give them $2 million worth of Bitcoin. You get $1 million cash. The firm said in an announcement, the new lending product is designed for long-term Bitcoin holders who want access to cash while keeping their Bitcoin. Zappo Bank's CEO shared. Now, unlike traditional assets, Bitcoin is an ideal form of collateral. It's pristine collateral. It's borderless, highly liquid, available 24/7, and easily divisible, making it uniquely suited for lending. A key distinction in Zappo's Bitcoin loan product is the bank does not rehypothecate the loan collateral by users, meaning that its lending mechanism does not involve the reusage of Bitcoin assets by clients. And instead, the Bitcoin collateral is stored in Zappo's Bitcoin vault using institutional multi-party computation custody, known as MPC. Now, eligible Zappo clients can choose the repayment schedules of 30, 90, 180, or 365 days, which means the longest term you can get in the Bitcoin-backed loan is 1 year. So keep that in mind. So for example, let's say you wanted to purchase your dream house. Well, it's going to be a 1-year loan. So it's not going to be a 30-year loan where your payments are very minimal over the course of 30 years. So your payments are going to be very high, but the silver lining, you'd basically get rid of that liability within 12 months. But Zappo's new Bitcoin lending offering will be available to pre-approved members, because I think anyone, if you had an opportunity to do a Bitcoin-backed loan, you'd go with the longest term, knowing over the long term, Bitcoin's going to just continue to increase in value. But you got to also consider a 12-month term. Bitcoin price can be lower than when you get the loan, and it can cause what's called a cascading liquidation event, which is not a good look. So there's very high risk in using Bitcoin-backed loans, because again, you can't get a 30-year term where in 30 years Bitcoin's going to be up 10 billion% and all is going to be good. So keep that in mind, family. Zappo Bank's new Bitcoin loan launch comes a few years after the crypto lending industry suffered the first major crisis in 2022. The crisis came amid the historic Terra crash. Now, your boy JV got a Bitcoin-backed loan from BlockFi around this time. In 2022, and I witnessed firsthand almost getting liquidated of all my collateral. So I know from firsthand the high risks associated with Bitcoin-backed loans, family. Quoting the bank CEO here, the collapse of Celsius, BlockFi, and other centralized lenders significantly eroded trust in the crypto lending space. Bingo. Borrowers today exercise greater caution, prioritizing platforms with a proven track record in Bitcoin custody. Well, at the time, BlockFi had the best track record, and it was the biggest lender that ever existed. So it doesn't mean much when you use that argument. Also, you can say FTX, not too long ago was the second largest crypto exchange in the world. And people say, well, use a safe exchange. It's the largest. Well, it wasn't that safe. They filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and people got duped and ultimately lost all their Bitcoin. But at the same time, demand for Bitcoin-backed loans is on the rise. Agreed. Everyone thinks it's the perfect solution, but I don't think many people entertain the risk. Just think about that. You can only get a term of up to a year. So is Bitcoin guaranteed to go up in value in the next 12 months? No. It may go up in value, and then it may drop right back down, and you may be stuck paying that loan negative. So just keep that in mind. In addition to removing asset rehypothecation and MPC security, Zappo offers risk management tools and proactive protection to prevent automatic liquidations. In the event of the Bitcoin price drop, customers receive instant notifications. BlockFi did the same thing. So if the market was crashing, you got an email saying, if you don't add more collateral, you can get liquidated. Thank you. Zappo is not the only firm that has been working to introduce lending products in 2025. We also have Bitcoin developer Blockstream secured a multi-billion-dollar investment to launch 3 new institutional funds, with 2 of them offering Bitcoin lending. So now my question for y'all, if you had the opportunity to get a Bitcoin-backed loan to purchase whatever your heart desires, would you? And how much would be the maximum you would ever borrow? Keep it in mind, whatever you borrow, you got to give double in collateral. So again, hypothetical, you wanted to borrow the maximum, $1 million in fiat. Today, you'd have to give them $2 million worth of Bitcoin. So let me know. I'm curious. My particular loan, when I did it back in 2022, was $800,000. So I had to give up $1.6 million in Bitcoin collateral to secure an $800,000 loan. That's typically how they work. MicroStrategy's going to zero during the bear market, says Celinda. Not your keys, not your coins. If they go bankrupt, you lose your Bitcoin you loaned out. Pretty much. Pretty much. Unless there's some form of protection built in. But yeah, that's the risk. There's always risks associated when you don't hold your Bitcoin. And obviously, with a Bitcoin-backed loan, not your keys, not your coins, it's in the possession of somebody else beyond your control. So you're 100% right with that. A loan like that is how they steal your Bitcoin in a year. JV, I am back. What did I miss? So much, brother. But the good news, you can always rewind it back. 10% of the biddy bag. Right on, Laserface. And another question, hypothetical. If you were to justify, let's hypothetically say, buying a $500,000 car, how much Bitcoin would you need to have secured, right? If you were to, because number one remark is typically, should I buy this? No, hodl forever. Well, what if you're Michael Saylor or Max Keiser and you're worth billions of dollars? You're not allowed to buy anything because you need to hodl forever? No, we understand we're going to hodl forever. But what if you're allocating a small portion of your portfolio to buy something you really want or desire? What should be the allocation? Yeah, I mean, hypothetical. If you wanted to buy a very high luxury end car like I shared with you earlier, or maybe you wanted to buy a $500,000 house or $1 million house, how much money or Bitcoin should one have secure before making that type of investment? I'm curious to hear your feedback. Cascading liquidation sounds like a death spiral. Precisely what it is. I am not loaning out my damn biddies. Next 6 to 10 weeks will kind of effed according to Mahler's yesterday for the biddy price. Just chill. Remember, all the movements happen just 10 days of the year. Exactly. So when we rip, we let her rip, tater chip. Use the XRP for that. You can always sell as long as buy. Sell the top. Word. Keep the comments flowing. I'm going to check the feed before we dive into our feature story of the day. Let's blow up this stream, family. All comments and quotes will get reposted in real time. Shout out Max Keiser. He just reposted the stream. Thank you, Max. Now we're going to blow this mofo up. Let's go. Thank you, BBB. Appreciate a repost of the repost on the repost of the repost. We're going places. You're damn straight. So yeah, let me repost the reposts of the reposts of the reposts. So thank you, Max. I appreciate you, brother. Max Keiser's the man. And perfect timing. We're about to dive into our feature story of the day and discuss Max Keiser's latest rants over on X. Job bless. I sold Solana at 270. Timed it right for once. Congratulations, Diana. Did you sell for Bitcoin? I'll pass. When the car's old and rusty, you're going to think of what you could have had. Look at the RXS Finance going down, Charlie Brown. Word up. What about Snoopy? What about Woodstock? Speaking of Snoopy, give it up for your new chairman of the SEC, Nippinator. you something. Jobless family, welcome to the live stream. Let's get into our feature story, shall we? All right. Now for our feature story of the day, the bishop of Bitcoin, the high priest himself, Max Keiser says, if the United States buys 1 to 5 million Bitcoin, they remove Russia's ability to de-dollarize the world and keep inflation as high as they want it, being the world's #1 commodity producer. Let me share your screen, or my screen, I should say. This is a tweet he shared earlier. But the U.S. will have to act fast. Once Russia figures this out, they will use their ultra-cheap energy and pristine balance sheet to outmaneuver the United States and buy 1 to 5 million Bitcoin first. Now, there is a infamous phrase called global hash war. The Bitcoin global hash war was coined by Max Keiser many years ago, and he predicted all of this when people were saying the United States will never adopt Bitcoin, no countries will ever embrace Bitcoin. Max had a different theory. He said, no, there's going to be game theory, a global hash war where countries will be competing to buy Bitcoin and no country will want to be left behind. And precisely what we're witnessing. Obviously, first mover's advantage goes to Bukele with El Salvador, Bitcoin country, which was established in 2021. Now we have the United States of America. Trump just established a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And there can only be one major Bitcoin superpower because only so many people are going to be able to buy 1 to 5 million Bitcoin. BlackRock already owns a tremendous amount of Bitcoin, well over 500,000. MicroStrategy, now known as Strategy, owns approximately 500,000 Bitcoin. If the United States makes the move and starts trading their strategic gold reserve, which may or may not exist at Fort Knox, for Bitcoin, that means Russia is going to get left behind. Or what if Russia outpaces the United States and puts the pressure on the good old USA? Then the U.S. may be left behind. And now we have North Korea, one of the largest holders of Bitcoin in the world due to the Lazarus Group attack. We discussed this the other day with the global hash war. South Korea entertaining their central bank adoption of Bitcoin. Other countries around the world entertaining the same thing. This is the game theory. This is the global hash war. Max also wrote, since Russia took over pricing of global commodities, energy, agriculture, metals, etc. in February 2022, U.S. dollar-based inflation will never see 2% again. 7 to 15% is the new normal. Only Bitcoin can save your purchasing power. And another quote I learned from Max, that Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed to increase your purchasing power, whereas fiat is mathematically guaranteed to decrease your purchasing power, which we've been witnessing since the inception of the Genesis block 16 years ago. Now, another infamous quote and one of my faves from Max, money existed before the state. Bitcoin separates money from state. Bitcoin kills the state. Some people don't understand that. And he also wrote here, the IMF has forbid the U.S. from doing bit bonds, citing the destabilization influence of Bitcoin and the El Salvadoran economy. I mean, it is what it is. And Vivek wrote here, while you are scared, the U.S. wants to buy all the Bitcoin. Are you paying attention? Check out this headline. Trump admin wants to acquire as much Bitcoin as possible. Well, of course, as a strategic reserve, the White House official told the room of the crypto industry leaders this week that there should be no limit to the size of the U.S. government strategic Bitcoin reserve. And the big bombshell was Saylor, when he was at the crypto White House meeting, he was proposing Trump to acquire up to 5.5 million Bitcoin, which is roughly 25% of the Bitcoin circulating supply. Cynthia Lummis is proposing for Trump to purchase a minimal of 1 million BTC. Now, obviously, that would be the bear scenario. But if Trump were to make that announcement, we are going to be purchasing 1 to 5 million Bitcoin over the course of so many years. Do you know how bullish that would be for the global, hash wars taking place? Max also wrote here, traders shorting Bitcoin and MicroStrategy use borrowed money, and that money is printed out of thin air, which in turn weakens the fiat money, increasing Bitcoin's value proposition. Traders might make a quick buck short in these, but ultimately all these shorts are guaranteed losses and only help BTC. And here's a post Max agrees with from Luke Broyles, and I'll read it to you here. Saylor is a Bitcoin maxi who is going to build 25 different altcoins worth $5 trillion. People say that MicroStrategy, STRK, and STRF will be diluted. Missing the point. Why would I buy an altcoin that gives me hopes of outperforming Bitcoin when I have MicroStrategy? Why would I buy Wrap Bitcoin when I can just buy the ETF? Why would I buy a meme coin when I can just buy MSTX, MSTU? Why would I buy a yield token that pays me 10% yield when I can just buy STRK, STRF? All these securities are altcoins, but they are far superior to historical alts from a risk-reward standpoint. If you're a maxi that wants none of these securities, that is awesome. But securities built upon Bitcoin are far superior to securities that are competing with Bitcoin. Altcoins on competing chains only survive if they drain capital from Bitcoin, while securities atop of Bitcoin have the monetary premium flow back to Bitcoin. Saylor's accelerating nation-state adoption, the Wall Street Trojan horse, and he is going to absolutely starve the altcoin market. Michael Saylor is the new altcoin machine built on Bitcoin. Not only is strategy going to crush Coinbase because they have 50x the Bitcoin, but they are going to be the new altcoin casino. Now, Bitcoin securities in their 2015, 2016 pre-craze era, about to go into IPO season. Yes, it is inevitable. Yes, this is good for the biddy. Yes, most will get wrecked. Yes, it'll end the old altcoin seasons. Yes, it is what has helped end 4-year cycles. And yes, when Bitcoin falls 50%, they will fall 95%. Everything not backed by Bitcoin trends towards zero. Against Bitcoin and Bitcoin securities, trend to 1x. Massive bubble coming, but most won't be ready for it when everyone figures it out to collapse again. I am thrilled to see this happen, but it doesn't matter if you like or dislike this. It is what makes sense. The market for this is easily 3 trillion to 30 trillion as Bitcoin grows into 100 trillion market cap. And my question for you watching this, what do you think the Bitcoin price action will reflect at the time we're at 100 trillion market cap, which is virtually 100x from where we're at right now, maybe 80x because we're above a trillion, but let me know. Now, Saylor will continue to issue new altcoins, starve the old altcoins, bring new capital to Bitcoin, and Trojan horse the world until he can't anymore. Number 1, run from old altcoins as Saylor will crush them. Number 2, don't be surprised by the mega Bitcoin securities bubble and don't get caught in hype. And number 3, multi-generational, multi-sig is the way to go for self-custody. So do not take advice from Kevin O'Leary, who's pushing that you should stay far away from self-custody wallets and you should use centralized exchanges such as Coinbase to store your biddies. That's nothing more than FUD. Don't listen to what Plan B is trying to say as well. Yo, I believe the Bitcoin ETF is the way to go over self-custodied Bitcoin. Not a good look. Self-custody is the way to go, fam. It's the only type of way you can store your Bitcoin to where it's unconfiscatable, not your keys, not your coins. And if you don't know, now you know. Let me know your thoughts regarding the game theory. Who do you think will become the nation superpower of Bitcoin in the world if there can only be one? Because there can only ever be one. Let me know if you think it'll be the US or will it be maybe somewhere in the Middle East. You know, Abu Dhabi just announced more recently acquiring, I think it was $500 million worth of Bitcoin ballpark for their sovereign wealth fund. Will it be Russia? Will it be North Korea? Could it be South Korea? Could it be China? You guys let me know your thoughts and I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. This is the Global Hash War. Welcome. I started in 2020. JB always coming through with the heat. The Miami Flames. I wonder how much everybody owns in total as VZ. And again, welcome everyone to the stream. Again, this is the Q&A segment. We just finished all the news. Let me know your thoughts regarding the global hash war and everything I just shared from the one and only High Priest of Biddy, Max Keiser. And we got over 3,000 people on the stream. Again, shout out to Max for the repost and the rest of the family. We appreciate all the support. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, following us on X, Rumble, iTunes, Spotify, and everywhere, every major platform you can hear us on. We greatly appreciate it. So here's the dealio. Yeah, let's actually do that. I'm going to end the YouTube stream and we're going to continue uncensored for a little bit because I still got to pick up my daughter in a bit, but we'll continue uncensored on X and Rumble. The YouTube stream is going to come to an end. So if you're on YouTube, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the fruit out of here. Head on over to the Rumble, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. And let's get ready to rumble.